Hi guys, big news today. Even more Star Wars movies are being announced. What is going on? So the Star Wars show just went live and announced that there were some more movies that are in development right now, and these are actually going to be from Dan and Dave, who actually brought us Game of Thrones on HBO. If you watch Game of Thrones, and if you're excited for this, let me know down in the comments below, because this is actually really big news. Now, this is not to be confused with the extra trilogy that Rian Johnson is developing. And this is not to be confused with Episode 9, or possibly even movies past Episode 9 for the Skywalker saga, or otherwise known as the saga film. This is going to be a whole new set of movies, completely independent of all the other ones. And this is also not to be confused with any plans they have to make additional television programming for whether it's animation or a live-action TV show that's going to be on the Disney streaming service whenever that comes live. We still haven't gotten details on that. This is yet even more. So if this were a hamburger, it would be about from the floor up to my head as far as how many movies. I don't know why you would make a hamburger out of Star Wars movies. Maybe that's a bad analogy. Maybe it's a great analogy. Let me know what you think about the Disney burger of Star Wars films, because it's a really big burger. You'd have to go run a 5K after eating it, and just to hopefully, not, gain 17 pounds after you eat it. So here's what's going on right now. So Dan and Dave are going to start on this after they finish Game of Thrones. Now, Game of Thrones is getting ready to have its final season, but that's not coming out until 2019. So when can you expect these new films? Well, probably 2021 is when I'm gonna guess, if I had to guess. They seem to be doing on like a 2-year time frame from start to finish, like from when they first start doing it to when you're gonna be able to see it. That being said, we don't know anything else. Now, Rian Johnson, we don't know anything about his, except that he's making a trilogy. They didn't say if Dan and Dave's Star Wars movies were going to be specifically a trilogy, or if it was just going to be new Star Wars films, so it could be maybe 2 films, maybe 4 films. The fact that they didn't say a trilogy means that they probably want to keep it open-ended. It's probably going to come out after Rian Johnson's film, so it's probably still in the early idea phase, but probably a little bit farther than that, because if it was just in the idea phase, why would they have announced it just yet? It's not like they really need to announce more Star Wars films, so it makes me wonder what's really going on here. The other thing is, it's time to speculate on what this could possibly be. We've already speculated on Rian Johnson's trilogy because we have no idea what it's going to be about. I think it's either going to follow Ezra or some of the surviving Rebels crew after Rebels Season 4, or possibly Grand Admiral Thrawn and the Chiss people, either or the Thrawn or some of the other Chiss people. I have a feeling it's going to do something like that. But then again, there's plenty of time open in the sequel trilogy timeline, whether it's the infancy of the First Order, which coincidentally could coincide with Grand Admiral Thrawn, or whether it's going to deal with the Yuuzhan Vong, whether it's going to deal with, unknown regions, Snoke's origins. They could do an entire trilogy about Snoke's origins if they wanted to. I don't think they're going to jump into that, though. I think they're going to stick with things that are more closely around the time frame of the Galactic Civil War, just somewhere far away that it's not necessarily going to impact any of the people that we already know. That's what my guess is, but this new trilogy we really don't know anything about. Now, a lot of us have been wanting and talking about and speculating about an Old Republic style show. Well, maybe these new films will be Old Republic style films, and the reason for that is that if you are not familiar with Game of Thrones, it's a high fantasy kind of, dragons and knights and things like that. So that would be a perfect setting, I think, for Dan and Dave to do an Old Republic, a really ancient Old Republic too. And I think there was some potential spoilers for that have been laid out in the Secrets of the Empire, like the VR adventure that they have at Disney Springs right now. There's some stuff kind of hinting that maybe they want to go explore the Old Republic a little bit more. And that's all I'm going to say about that. But that could be something that maybe they're just kind of taking baby steps towards and testing the waters right now without full-blown announcing it. Because, I don't know the deal they have with BioWare, but what we do know is they've kind of said we won't step on your toes as long as you don't step on ours. So they've kind of let like the Old Republic MMO kind of keep its own canon without kind of separating that into the full-blown legend stuff, because a lot of the Old Republic is so far back it couldn't possibly have any relevance, right? Or on the movies that they're trying to do. At least not direct relevance, not like a character and then their son is going to be in there, because you're talking like hundreds of thousands of years ago. So we don't know how far they're going to go back. But my speculation is that Dan and Dave's movies are going to be Old Republic based, and they're going to go back very, very far. I love the idea of that. I hope they go back so far where like the first lightsabers like had the tubes on them or something like that. I'm hoping we can see lightsaber nunchucks that way, you know, and it would actually be, you'd actually have a power cables connecting them, and that would be so there'd be a purpose. It wouldn't just be like nunchucks because they're cool, because they totally are. But I'm hoping that we can see some really cool new weapons, especially if they go back into like prototype weapons. This way it's a great excuse to just give you all kinds of new stuff because it's untested. So we can, and there's so many different things they can explore if they go back that far. I think it would be awesome. But I want to hear what you guys think. What do you think about these new movies? What do you think about Game of Thrones? If you have seen Game of Thrones, does the success of that show get you motivated for where this might take Star Wars someday? Let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. I appreciate the support for the channel, guys. Thank you so much for that. Make sure you are subscribed and click the little bell for alerts so you can find out whenever I have new content or when I do giveaways or announce winners for that. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great day.